morning, my friends. I tell you what, my wife's been in bed for like 3 days with a high fever. I told you in a previous video you saw me, I was in the pharmacy getting cough medicine for my kids. Yeah, look, I'm okay. I don't feel 100%. I'm okay though. I'm fine. Today I've got a busy packed day. It's the last Friday before Christmas. And by the way, welcome back to Life as a Local. This is Life as a Local in Italy. See you on my errands. Yeah, it's the last Friday before Christmas, and I've got an action-packed day. I'm going to go for a quick workout this morning. I said, because you eat loads and drink loads in Italy, you have to do exercise basically to keep in trim. And then in the afternoon, I promised my daughters that I would take them Christmas shopping, which I love. I really love Christmas shopping. No, I'm not. But I read an article recently, or I saw a reel on Instagram. I don't mean to sound too intellectual, from a BBC archive from the 90s, and it was a report by the BBC saying that it's official scientifically proven that men hate shopping. If I can find it, I'll link it below. So yeah, hopefully that won't last too long. I've got 2 teenage daughters, and they want stuff for Christmas. So yeah, and then afterwards I've got a team building event with work. So I think we're going go-karting or something, and then we've got a dinner. And so yeah, it's a fun packed day. So yeah, hopefully I won't be ill. But yeah, I mean, that's another thing I'd like to say about this, where we live in this area of Italy. We're in the plains, we're in the North Italian plains, and it's like we're like in a shell. So there's no wind, and in the winter here, flues travel. I think those weather conditions favour the transmission of viruses and flu. In fact, it is by no chance that the first official case of COVID, you can say COVID, can't you, in Europe, outside of China. No, I don't think in Europe, outside of China, was about 20 miles away in a place called Codogno. Anyway, and I think the weather conditions here favour the transmission of viruses and bacteria and stuff. And I remember when I came here in 2000, I think it was, or 2001, I was on holiday. I was going out with my wife at the time, and they put me up, and I stayed in the house, and I got the worst virus ever. I was violently ill, and I was like, God, this place. There you go. So beware if you come to Northern. I don't want to put you off coming here, yeah, but especially in winter time, viruses and stuff goes around, obviously because everything's indoors as well. Fucking freezing. Anyway, let's go. Man, you have no idea how camp I look running. I think I'll cut that out. Oh, I needed that. That was good. Still got a little bit of a sore head. Anyway, now I'm off to... I'll drop my stuff off, pick my daughters up, go something to eat and shopping. Italian shopping malls. So, we have a piadina, fresh some water. Isn't shopping great? I tell you what, as the day goes on, I'm getting worse and worse. I'm taking a paracetamol. It's now day 2, my friends, and I made it in the end. I made it to our work event last night. I had to go on the go-karts in Brescia. I think it's the biggest, though it said it was the biggest indoor go-kart rink in Europe, and I managed to go on that, and I won. I always win these team building events everywhere. My office is filled with trophies, stuff that I've won. I always win the team building events. I don't want to blow my own trumpet like But yeah, I was feeling the worst of it for it there. I left there. I was going to do 2 videos. I was going to do yesterday and today's match day. It's match day 16. But I couldn't finish the video yesterday because I went shopping, yeah. I took my kids shopping. And it's scientifically proven that shopping is unhealthy for men. And I'm not joking yet. In the shopping mall, I started to feel feverish. And I let them buy what they wanted to buy, but I think they would have stayed there more. I said, let's go, I needed to go. So I went home and I slept for about a couple of hours. And I got up and I was okay. I thought I was going to cancel the team building event. I would have let my team gone. But I thought, no, I'll go. And I was okay in the end. I had a few beers as well. In fact, there's a clip from it. It was a good place. I had some night. The food was good there. It was a pub in Brescia called El Forajido, which means outlaw in Spanish, funnily enough. But it was a good place, yeah. It was good too. It went well, you know, the team. We got it together end of year. We performed well this year. We've done a good year. We've got a really good team. It's like a close-knit family. I think I've mentioned in previous videos as well. There's about 8 of us. Well, there are 8 of us. And so that was that. So I'm going to do 1 video 2 days, living like a local. Now I'm doing exactly what I did last week. Last week I washed my wife's car for Santa Lucia. And this week I'm washing my car as well. Well, I left my car to be washed with the Indians because my car as well was worse for wear. I don't want to tell you how long it hadn't been washed for. It's just terrible really, isn't it? If you've got round the corner, somebody will wash it for you. 25 euros it cost. The last time I used to take my car to get washed, it was 12 euros. So that's doubled in price. Inflation has been quite a lot recently, yeah. So you imagine how many years it's been since I've not washed my car. So 1 video. Today is match day 16, like I said before. Fardi. And Cremonese are travelling to Rome to play the mighty Lazio, who is managed by Sarri, who I think managed Chelsea. He managed in England, English Premier League. He's quite an old guy. But yeah, it's Cremonese. We're going to get beat today, definitely, because the last time we played Lazio in Serie A, it was here, and we got beat 4-0 here. They absolutely destroyed us. They were a different team, mind you. They had Immobile playing for them. I remember he was class. I thought he was like one of the. You know when you see players live and you think, wow, they're a lot better than on telly. He was one of them. Like on telly, Immobile doesn't really. It's funny. His name means immobile, so like he doesn't run, but he's fast. And he was one of the guys that on telly. I thought, well, he's not that good, but he was class act. So Cremonese, we've played Lazio 6 times, I think, in the whole of humanity in Serie A, and we've lost 5. We won 1. We won in 1996 against Lazio. That was the last time we beat them. So yeah, we're destined to lose, or are we? Because when we were in Serie A 3 years ago, we had a great run in the Coppa Italia. We got to the semi-finals. In fact, we almost reached the final, and we beat teams like Napoli and Rome. We beat Roma in Rome as well. So maybe Rome as a place bodes well, but I don't know. Let's hope Vardy scores at least. I think Lazio are not. Obviously, they're one of the best teams. I think if they win today, they'll be like second. So, you know, they're one of the best teams in Serie A. They're not in their best moments. But yeah, interesting. You know, Lazio is known as a really right-wing team. And Bologna are a left-wing team. So they're probably the boast. But Livorno as well. Livorno and Bologna are typically very left-wing teams. And Lazio is a very, very right-wing team. Don't think there's another right-wing team. Maybe Atalanta. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. All those Italians watching. Who's, other than Lazio, who's a really right-wing team here in Italy just to mix politics and football, which is what Italians love doing. So yeah, today I'm going to go down to the river again, show you the river. In fact, no, I'm not. I'll show you here. They've built some paddle courts down here. And I'll show you. Yeah, today I need to go and get some errands for my wife again. I need to go shopping. Yeah, my wife's been in bed for 4 days, and that's why I was worried yesterday. I think it's COVID, because it's not the flu. You can tell it's different. I'm still a little bit blocked up here, but I'm fine. Like yesterday when I was shopping, I was really feverish, and I was that close to cancelling. Like I said, cancelling the team building event. So yeah, anyway, I'll show you the paddle courts. And Cremona paddle. I tell you what, if you'd invested in paddle about 20 years ago, you'd been minted now. It's everywhere, isn't it? Everywhere plays paddle. I've never played it. I've been tempted to play it, and every summer they ask me to play in the rowing club in the swimming pool that I'm a member of. But I've never started. I used to play tennis. I can play tennis. It's like one of the things, isn't it? Paddle. I've always said, I still play five-a-side. I always say to myself, whenever I break my knee or I quit playing five-a-side, I'll take up paddle. You can hear them playing inside. So obviously, in the summer, these are uncovered. They cover them up in the winter. You can hear them playing, banging, boom, boom. And this behind here, that structure there, that semicircle there, that is the indoor swimming pool. It's quite a nice pool actually. I think it just got done up when I came here, so it must be 25 years old. Because Cremonese, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, Cremonese, the water polo team was in Serie A. I think they've still got quite a good water polo team. I don't think they're in Serie A anymore. And they did that up, and inside it's really nice. I go swimming there. I go in the winter, obviously, and it's like, you know, proper nice inside. It's still kept quite well, you know, for being 25 years old. I still say it's fairly new, but it's not, is it? But it's got like a, you know, it's got the stands where people can sit. Isn't it funny how we say it in English? It's got the stands where people can sit, and it's a nice pool, yeah. So that is I'm down down by the river here. Cremona's on the river. I'll show you on a map here. I'll show you the way Cremona is. It's a guy who sells fruit and veg. Apparently it's really nice, that fruit and veg. But I never go there. We never go there. Don't know why. Again, it's very mild here. It's been mild all week. In fact, I saw a video of a couple who were living in the south of Italy, and they were swimming in the sea. The south of Italy's had like 20 degrees temperature, and the sea, they had a thermometer in the sea, and the sea was 19 degrees, so fairly warm if you're used to swimming in the Atlantic. They were in the sea, they were swimming. It was a sunny day. But yeah, the contrast to northern Italy, very dull. But it's mild, like I said, it must be about 12 degrees now. Poor air quality. I've mentioned again in previous videos, I think I'll do a video dedicated just to that, the air quality here. We've got one of the worst air qualities in the whole of Europe. I think there's a place in Poland that beats us. But yeah, we're just in this shell, and like I said, it favours, you know, the transmission of viruses and stuff. So anyway, I need to go shopping, so let's go to the shops. Guys, I'm going to go watch the game in the rowing club swimming pool where I watched the previous away game. So anyway, let's go. Forza Cremo. Now, just before I go in and watch the game, I'm still blocked up here. I wanted to share some information with you that I was out with a customer about a couple of days ago, and he's like 35. And he told me that he could count on his fingers or on his hands how many of his friends from his class, high school class, had kids, and there was 60 of them. So there you go. Italy's birth rate is extremely low. No one's having kids anymore. Anyway, I thought I'd give you that piece of information before we go and watch the Grande Cremo. Well, guess what the result is? 0-0. Cremonese are holding their own. We're managing to get into the game, and it's not as bad as I thought it was. I think hopefully we can get a draw from this. If we get a draw here, I think it'll be a good result. look at this. This is where we come in summer and swim. It's the swimming pool there behind me. But yeah, I think Vardy's touched the ball a couple of times. He almost went through on goal, but the pass, one of the Cremonese midfielders didn't pass it correctly to him. And if it would have been a good pass to him through on goal, then he probably would have scored, knowing Vardy. But anyway, let's see what the second half brings. Forza Cremo. Vardy just missed a goal, missed a header. That's it, guys, we got a point. Big point that for Cremonese, because the next game is tough. It's Napoli at home. Anyway, guys, I'm going to quit it here. Thanks for watching this video again. Please like and subscribe if you want to know more about what it's like living in Italy. YouTube thinks you might like this video here. Ciao for now.